Hello, America. It's me, Gavin Newsom, governor of the greatest state in the Union and future president of these United States, if you know what's good for you. I just want to take a moment to brag. Share a few of the incredible accomplishments I've racked up right here in California. Because if I've learned anything in my years of public service, it's this. When you do something really well, you own it, you celebrate it, you put it on a billboard and dare anyone to look away. So let's talk numbers, shall we? I have the highest poverty rate in the entire nation. Boom! Nobody else even comes close. I did that. Welcome. I also boast the highest state income tax in America. That's right. I tax the dream right out of your paycheck, and I do it with a smile. Why? Because excellence costs money, and I am excellent. Companies? Oh, they're leaving California in droves. Record numbers. Tech giants, manufacturers, mom and pop shops. They all pack up and wave goodbye every single week. That's not my failure. That's momentum. I'm clearing the field for the next big thing. Whatever that is. Cost of living? Through the roof. Sky high. So high you need binoculars to see the price tag. Perfect. Keeps the riffraff out. Homelessness? Oh, I've shattered every record. Record homelessness! I'm talking 10 cities that stretch for blocks. Artisanal homelessness. Boutique homelessness. I've turned it into a lifestyle brand. And crime? Oh, crime is thriving in California. Record high crime across the board. Smash and grab, carjackings, retail theft. It's like a non-stop block party out here. You can't buy that kind of energy. Now, I know a lot of you people out there, the whiners, the excuse makers, you look at me, you say, Gavin, how can you be proud of that? Well, it's easy. Because I can't stand poor people with no money. I just can't! I have zero patience for excuses. None! You want to be rich? Go become a millionaire. It's not that hard. You want to stop being unemployed? Go get a job. They're everywhere. Well, they used to be. You want to stop being homeless? Just go buy a house. Problem solved. Oh, you're hungry? Then go buy food. It's very simple. I've got an answer for everything. And I'm not afraid to say it out loud. And let's be honest. I'm above the law. And I'm proud of it. Remember when I was mayor of San Francisco and I had that little thing with my campaign manager's wife? Yeah, I slept with her. Everybody knew. And guess what? They still voted me governor. Twice. You can't touch me. I'm untouchable. Don't believe me? Just look at how I let Los Angeles burn to the ground. Beautiful, wasn't it? Flames licking the sky, billion-dollar neighborhoods turned to ash, and I still got reelected. That's power, baby. Anyways, I gotta run. I got people coming over for some prime land grab action, and I need to get ready to move a few of those burned down little homes over there for the Olympics. Timing is everything, guys. So remember, America, whatever I've done to California, I'll do it to the whole country. Only bigger, louder, and with even higher taxes. Oh, you're gonna love it. This has been your governor, Gavin Newsom, and I approve this message.
This is an outrage! An absolute outrage! Did you see this garbage?
I can't even talk right now.
Airport wait times plummet from hours to minutes? Plummet!
Yeah, we had a perfectly good crisis going, and Trump had to screw it up!
He needs to be impeached for this!
Yeah, I'm livid.
Livid!
I mean, Trump just waved his magic executive order wand and gave those TSA
That
workers their
son of
back
a
pay.
bitch!
And now the lines are short?
The nerve of this guy!
Yeah, travelers are getting to their gates on time now, Chuck.
Who the hell does he think he is?
Exactly. I mean, what about the passengers who want to wait in long lines? What about them, Chuck?
Exactly! What about the passengers who enjoy the bottleneck at the airport?
Yeah, I mean, let me guess. He screwed that up too?
Yep! The sacred ritual of standing shoulder to shoulder for 3 hours straight, shuffling forward an inch at a time, gone!
That's one of my favorite things to do.
That's the American experience! That's what made this country great! Long, soul-crushing lines! But not anymore because of Trump!
That son of a bitch! Did Trump even stop to think maybe these hardworking TSA agents didn't want back pay?
Did he even ask them?
He most certainly did not!
I can guarantee you that most of them were perfectly happy working without pay, just to make a point.
But no! Trump had to go and be the big hero, shining that chest.
What a jerk!
Yeah, he's a big selfish jerk. It's all about ego with Trump.
Exactly, Nancy!
Yeah.
He's thinking of himself first, again!
Always.
Look at me! I fixed the lines! Well, what about the passengers who enjoy the long waits, Trump?
Yeah, what are those passengers gonna do now?
He screwed everything
I
up!
mean, I love the chaotic weekends at the airport. Families bonding over missed flights, toddlers screaming in perfect harmony, and talking to strangers that make
You
him
can't
angry.
experience that no more!
Nope.
Thanks a lot, Trump!
Yeah, he put his own image ahead of the American people. We had weeks of perfect footage. Exhausted travelers, frustrated families, delayed senators, and he just fixed
He's a coward!
He did this for his ratings, for his poll numbers. The ego in this guy.
We need a press conference immediately!
Trump needs to be stopped now!
These people are fucking crazy!
My fellow patriots, look at us. We did it!
You're damn right we did it! Page 47!
We really did it!
Did we finally land on the sun?
No, you dingbat. We got rid of the king.
I bet Trump is pissed he's not king anymore.
Trump hates losing, but it's okay, because we won. The Republic is finally saved.
This was our finest hour. We mobilized the people. The real people.
Yeah, the heroes. Not like those weird Trump supporters who work jobs and pay taxes.
Yeah, the ones who showed up in Viking helmets made out of cardboard and tutus, screaming at clouds.
Happy Monday, everybody, and welcome to the United Spot YouTube Live. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful Easter yesterday. And that is my cue to go ahead and check on my dog who might be protecting me. Let me get right back to you here in just a second.
They didn't even know what they were protesting.
That's the genius of it.
Yeah, we told them no kings, and they were like, ah! They went out there like it was Black Friday at Target. Mission accomplished.
I'm so proud of our movement.
We controlled the narrative. We control the pronouns on the signs. We are the kings of anti-kings.
I told those people.
Russian kings.
Finally, those kings are gone.
Yeah, democracy is stronger than ever now.
Guys, the fight is not totally over.
What do you mean? We won.
Yeah, it's all over. There ain't no more kings. Peach 47.
Okay, then why is Burger King still handing out literal crowns to everybody who walks in?
AOC,
Just let her go, Nancy.
They're totally crowning little kids as we speak. We have to stop this.
Okay.
Okay, false alarm. My dog was just being... Anyways, I hope everybody had a wonderful Easter. Or in Joe Biden land, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. You're probably wondering, United Spot, where were you on Friday? Well, I actually got a pretty damn good excuse. So I went to go help a friend on Friday, and I was gone most of the day, and I had a weird feeling the night before, and but I didn't say anything. But I just had one of those feelings, those feelings something's not right. I open up one of the drawers in the kitchen, and it's just something's wrong. But I didn't say anything, and I got up and ended up going to my friend's house to help him out, and I got home, and everything was gone. Well, not everything, but most of everything was gone, including my wife. So, yeah, my wife moved out. She, I guess, apparently had enough of the United Spot. So, that is my excuse for not being here on Friday. And though I spent the weekend curled up in a ball and sobbing, to Peter Satirical. And, I even got as far as even listening to a little Anne Murray. I reflected on quite the quotes from Mr. Zig Ziglar and every single other motivational speaker I possibly could. Yeah, so, hey, it is what it is, and you just gotta, it's like that old saying, I never saw this coming, and that's usually when it comes, when you never see it coming. I think if I would have saw it coming, I probably would have never expected it. So, if that makes any bit of sense. So I am definitely not me at the moment. I'm putting on a wonderful show. But yeah, so it looks like the United Spot is going through the separation phase, I guess, that everybody talks about on the internet. And yeah, so I'm, got that. I got, hey, look, I got that ahead of me, which is nice, I guess. Could be worse, right? I mean, I could have a tattoo on my forehead or something. It could be a lot worse. But anyways, I hope everybody had a wonderful Easter. I spent mine alone. My kids are all grown up, so there's no more Easter egg hunts. But I just felt it was. I did call, but I just felt it would be best if I just. I didn't want to cry too much in front of everybody, so I just stayed home and curled up in a ball and did my best to, But anyways, I hope everybody had a wonderful Easter. It was a beautiful day out, depending on where you were, and the White House had a great little Easter ceremony, a lot better than Joe Biden's ceremony. So it was very awesome to see something like that go on. No more weird shenanigans at the White House. It was beautiful. So, but I did want to talk about the moon landing because every guy that goes through a divorce, it has to, what's going on with the moon landing? That's typical guy that's going on divorce. But I did want to thank everybody for being here. I am going to get to saying hello to you guys here in just a moment, but I did want to talk because some of you may have been alive when we might have landed on the moon the first time. So I wanted to talk about that just for a moment because it's so fresh. And there's a lot of places that will bury these stories and they won't let you talk about it because it has to be true because, NASA and everything. But it was 1969, okay, in the United States. And NASA claimed that the astronauts landed on the moon. And it was the Apollo 11 moon landing, right? I know a lot of you were probably like, oh, yeah, I watched that on TV. But, most of these astronauts told you, no, you didn't. You didn't watch it on TV. But what we were told as Americans was we were told that Neil Armstrong and Buzz, not Buzz Lightyear, but Buzz Aldrin, they walked on the surface. They walked on the surface of the moon and planted a flag and made history. Case closed. And you were just supposed to believe it. Here you are, just probably a kid at that time, and you looked up in the sky. You're like, wow. It seems so. I mean, it does look kind of close. Like every time I take my dog for a walk and I see the moon, I'm like, come on, seriously. I just jump on a motorcycle and I'll be there in an hour or two. It's not even that far. It's right by them mountains over there. I know Uncle Rico could throw a football over them mountains, so I'm sure we could make it. But here's the question I want you to think about. Okay, this is what I really want you to think about: is that did we actually walk on the moon? Or is that just what we were told? Because there is more to the story. So I wanted to talk about it because there's no way in hell that somebody could just tell me that they did something without actually proving that they did it, And I think we'll talk about 9/11 here some other day. But the moon is 238,000 miles away. Put that into your sack. I mean, most people would be like, wait a minute, whoa. 200. I mean, think about it. A trip to New York from California is like forever. The moon, just think about that for a second. The moon is 238,000 miles away from Earth. Think about that. That's not just far. I mean, that's insanely far. Seriously. I'm sorry, I think I might have lost you there, but 238,000 miles. That's, and I hopefully that's the correct number. I think that's what I read up on is 238,000. Just driving that would take like 200 days. 200 days driving in a car. I don't know how fast a rocket goes. I don't know. I would have to assume a rocket would probably go faster than a car. But I mean, you have to be going like, gosh, I don't even know how fast rockets go. But I mean, you have to be going like 25,000 miles an hour. 25,000 miles an hour. I'm assuming that's how fast rockets go, but I mean, seriously, how could you do that? I mean, I get weird at like 100, 120 miles an hour. 25,000 miles an hour? Come on. Seriously, there's no way. But anyways, 230, just make that make sense. 238,000 miles away, right? To put it into perspective, I mean, basically, if you were driving a car at 60 miles per hour, it'd take you over at least probably 190, 200 days. That's nonstop. No breaks, no hotels, no Wally World. And somehow, in the 1960s, with computers that were weaker than today's smartphones, right? And we're talking huge computers. We're talking about, do you want to play a game? Okay. Because you can actually launch a rocket from a smartphone now. I'm not saying where you can actually bring it, but iPhones have quite a lot of kick to them. But we supposedly sent humans to the moon back in 1960. I think it was 69. I believe it was 1969. I have to check on that. I believe it was 1969. Yeah, 1969. I think it was. I think I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to stick with 1969. I mean, come on, seriously. I mean, I don't know, some of you remember what it was like back in the 60s, or even in the 70s, or I'll even go a step further. I'll even say the 80s. Okay. But think about this for just a second. The guidance computer that they used on Apollo 11 had less processing power than a basic calculator. A basic calculator today. And I'm assuming this guidance computer was pretty big, but it navigated perfectly across nearly 250,000 miles, right? Landing on a moving target, and it returned home. Okay. Let's talk 1969 technology, right? Because I mean, obviously, if you grew up in the 60s, 70s, you remember the Walkman. Or not even I don't even know if the Walkman was out in the 70s yet. I mean, I think I was more 80s. I think we were still in the 8 tracks. We were still in the 8 tracks. There was no AI back then. There was no real-time satellite networks like we have today. And yet we're supposed to believe they pulled off one of the most complex engineering feats in human history on the very first attempt. I mean, they could have at least failed a couple times. No, they got it on the first launch. Take that, Russia. Even today, with all of our advancements, we haven't sent humans back to the moon in, 50 years? 50 years? That alone raises some questions. But, I mean, if we did do it successfully back then, why didn't we keep doing it? And what would be the purpose? I mean, like, get more moon rock or moon sand or whatever? I don't get it. I mean, you would think that if it was that easy, we'd be doing it all the time. We'd be taking millionaires would be taking weekend adventures. I mean, because you figure if a rocket's going like 25,000 miles an hour, you get to the moon in 9 hours easily. So let's talk about environment, all right? Okay, let's just talk about environment for a minute, because it's space. I mean, it's not just empty, it's extremely dangerous space, the final frontier. These are the Voyagers, the Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission, all right? I mean, you got Klingons out there, you got asteroids, you got Centipede, you got, Donkey Kong, you got all kinds of crazy stuff going up in space. And there's radiation, especially from the Van Allen radiation belt surrounding the Earth. I mean, if you've done any kind of solar system history, not just the planets, well, the sun's a hot star, Mercury's hot too. I mean, come on, seriously. There's things out there that I've never seen, but I've studied, and I just have to take it at face value that it's real. I can't, tell you if it's real or not. I don't know. I'm terrified of planes. These are zones that are filled with like high energy particles that can be harmful, even deadly, right? And we've all seen Star Wars. We've all seen Star Trek. We've all seen Spaceballs. So the question is, and this is an extremely valid question that people need to answer instead of just being sworn to say, and how did astronauts pass through that safely in the 60s without the advanced shielding that we would expect to have today? I mean, seriously. Everything looked like it was made out of aluminum foil back in the 60s. Now we have like bulletproof thermal underwear. We have, bulletproof Ray-Bans. I mean, back then it was just kind of like everything was made out of IKEA wood. Temperatures on the moon swing from extreme heat to extreme cold. So that's 2 strikes. And there's no atmosphere protection. Think about that. There's no atmosphere protection. And the landing module, that piece of equipment that supposedly landed on the moon, I mean, let's be honest, it looked extremely fragile. That looked like something your grandma that you made out of like what is that called? Paper mache. Thin walls, foil-like material. I mean, does that look like something that was designed to survive space? I mean, land on another world and then take off again? No, unless that was, just for our viewing pleasure. And they never showed, because obviously they lost all that. They had to tape over the Super Bowl, so they lost all the footage of the actual, Now think about this too, okay? We've sent rovers, probes, and satellites all over space in, the recent, decades, I believe. But sending humans is still incredibly difficult because it's expensive and it's extremely risky. Programs like this Artemis program are trying to return humans to the moon, but it's taking years and billions of dollars. Okay. So again, I have to ask, if we've already mastered this in 1969, why does it seem so hard today? That would be like, and I'm going to be extremely blunt, that would be like starting off doing push-ups, okay? And in 10 years, you're lifting 500 pounds on the bench press, right? Okay. And in 5 years after that, you could barely do push-ups. Instead of getting stronger, you got weaker. So technology is extremely advanced, from iPhones to TVs to, I mean, you can microwave. You really are special. I mean, there's footage, samples of moon rocks and decades of official explanations. But at the same time, I mean, there also are people who question the inconsistencies, though, and there's a lot more of them than the people that actually believe it. Actually, I mean, the technology gap alone, the timing, and then the fact that we haven't repeated it in the same way since, or even close. I mean, if we could do it back then, imagine what we could. I mean, now we could just beam me up, Scotty. So I'm not saying that you have to believe, I'm just saying when you really break it down, when you really look at the distance, the technology, the risks, it's hard not to ask questions. And maybe that's the most important part, because not blindly believing, but thinking, and then, questioning, looking deeper. Because whether you believe we landed on the moon or you don't, one thing is very certain, okay? Because the truth matters, and it's worth exploring. It really, really is. So I know I kind of went off into left field or right field or center field or infield, but it makes you wonder, because and I mean this with all due respect, and I've said this a million times. There is a lot of uneducated people in this country, and it's not purposeful, it's not intentional. It's just that they don't have any time to research things, and the things that they are researching, if they do have time, may or may not be accurate. So I might be full of shit. I don't know. But I do want to say hello to everybody here real quick. And I hope you enjoyed that thumbnail, because I'm going to tell you something right now. Like I said on Facebook, I said, Bill and Hillary have been together 50 years. And in that 50 years, they've had no scandals. There's been no cheating, and there's been no drama. So it's just been pure love. So it's a really cool thing. So Monkey Grab Orange, great to see you. Skippy Tarbuckle, great to see you too as well. Hank, Tongue Laxier, Joe, thanks, great to see you. Max Hedrum, Jeffrey Smith, Craig Clark, Beyond Ether, Mara Nolan, Caucasian Debris, Hank Ogle, David Lenza, Stork Delivery, Stork Deliver. Nice name. Darnell Dodge. I haven't seen that name in quite a while. Hungry for my... If it is your birthday today, happy birthday, Darnell Dodge. Foxtown 1. Now, if we can get Bill McMonagle over here, it would be a party. Hoof Hearted. How you doing? Deanna Grayston. Annette Poison, great to see you here. John Castaneda, if you're lurking. Daniel C, if you're lurking. Yukon Man, if you're lurking. Teacher Lynn, I hope you're feeling better. If you're lurking. And I hope you all had LR, if you're lurking. I hope you all had a wonderful Dennis Waller. I hope it was absolutely amazing. Brian 70 Kuda. What else we got here? Tammy is here with Stuart the Ire. Okay. Stuart the Ire. John Castaneda is here. Thank you so much for being here, buddy. And that is all. Tammy says she's going to be lurking. Okay, so it's great to have everybody here tonight. The Great Horde. LR, great to see you here, LR. Yeah, so I've got to change my, now that I'm going through a separation, divorce, I guess you want to call it, I can no longer say that I love you guys. Aside from, my wife and my kids and my dog, now it's just, I got to say it's, it's great to be here aside from my kids and my dogs. So hopefully my kids and my dogs don't leave me, and hopefully you guys don't leave me, because then I'll just feel really bad. So I'm hanging on by a thread here. Don Duck, great to see you here. Yeah, so I hope everybody, oh, nice. LR, she just got her Tusser Nation shirt today. Beautiful. Oh, please do me a huge favor. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to. I hate doing that. And I would hate, because I hate blasting people like that. But if you could just maybe send a picture of it, either of you wearing it or just on the table, whatever, so I could post it. And thank you guys for supporting the United Spot. That's awesome. I think that's great. That is so cool. Monkey Grab Orange is here. Lucille Griffin is here. Thank you guys for being here. That's awesome. That's awesome. I hope Papa Woody is here. All right. No, I'm not. I don't know what Papa Woody's doing. I don't know if he's trolling me or what. Sitting there saying I'm going to keep begging and stuff. And that's a horrible. I don't need people like that in my life at this point. Seriously, I really. And now that my wife's leaving me, I don't give a shit. I'll just block people. I don't need to hear shit like that. I don't want people to be here that don't support me. I'm not in that frame of mind right now. I'm kind of like a loose cannon right now. So I've been staying indoors because I'm very trained in martial arts. So I would hate to be an asshole and go out to a store and somebody looks at me wrong and I just start getting all Cobra Kai, and I'd never do that. Yeah, no, I've been kind of in a weird way here since Friday, since I came home. Yeah, it's just been crazy. So yeah, it's just been a little weird lately. I don't know. It's been a long time. We've been together a long time. I mean, when you sit there and really start writing the story, I mean, it's not like it was just like a couple years or something. I mean, we've been together a long time. I mean, there's been a lot of presidents since, so, but hey, it is what it is, and it is what it is, and it is what it is because it is what it is. So, hey, life goes on, and where there is sadness, happiness is right around the corner. And, my newest wake up, okay? My newest wake up is, I say this now. I'm going to be like one of those cult leaders that walks around with a vacuum cleaner. My name is Sandra. This is what I say now, okay? I say this every morning. Everything is working in my favor. Even if I can't see it, something good is coming. And I've been saying that. It's kind of like Serenity Now with Mr. Costanza, but I'm working on myself too. I'm not letting myself implode. I'm not burying it all down. I'm dealing with it. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm not one of those, 90210 guys, to where I'm just going to go out and, drive drunk or something. So I haven't even drank. That's how different I am compared to what I used to be as a younger guy. So obviously the old me, if I was going through a breakup, head right to the alcohol and take a drink, and I'd be off in La La Land forgetting all my problems. But no, I even worked out on Friday. I worked out on Friday and Saturday, and just let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Yeah, let it be. So anyways, thank you guys for being here. What better way to enjoy a nice laugh than to watch a brand new video? And I got to be honest with you, I did a recreation of an original song that I did. And instead of just having Nancy Pelosi and Gavin Newsom singing, I had everybody singing. The only person I left out was Ted Lieu, because I just can't stand him anymore. He was in the original video. I can't stand that guy. It was hard enough putting him in the first video. I left him out of this one. So in this video now, it's got Eric Swalwell singing. It's got Nancy Pelosi singing. It's got Maxine Waters singing. It's got Kamala Harris singing. And it's got Gavin Newsom singing. So, and I hope you guys, if you guys haven't seen it yet, I would I would definitely ask you to watch it. It is definitely absolutely amazing. The graphics on it are even more intense. I got them dressed all in hip hop, 90s apparel, and I really hope you guys enjoy the one. And then we're gonna watch another one where the Democrats are outraged over missing pilots. How dare Trump rescue those pilots? How dare he? What if those pilots didn't want to be saved? That's it is what it is. Let me know what you think of this song.
California fries. What's up? Let's go out. Yeah. California. No. That is California. California. No California.
Uh-oh. Looks like I'm having some internet issues.
All illegal. Bang it, bang. All illegal. We get free healthcare. All illegals. Illegals will rob ya. We keep on stealing. We keep on stealing.
Now let me welcome everybody to the broke woke West, a state that's bankrupt and no promises left. The fraud hits your pocketbook, gas prices a mess. Pack a mask from the smoke in the city a mess. We in that wildfire state where all the blue-haired libs be, a state where you never see a homeless man not pee, and crooks be on a mission for your things. Lean, mean, money making vaccines, killing dreams. I've been in the game for 30 years running lies too. Ever since my buddy's wife saw my mushroom, now it's 26 and they caught me and watched me lying. Looking like I robbed the entire country. It's all fraud and Trump is to blame. Illegals pouring in while your jobs fade away. Throw me a vote if you want America the same. Newsom put me down for Califraud.
Yeah, so if anybody, I know, hey, John Castaneda, thank you so much. John Castaneda is like always there. Him and they're just like boom. He's like boom. Means a lot, man. So I know John has me on notifications. I know he gets like, hey, United Spot. So thanks, John. Means a lot. And for everybody who leaves a comment, for everybody who shares out the videos and gives me a like, thank you. Seriously, even if they suck, even if most of the videos suck. Most of the videos are horrible. But I appreciate you guys liking them anyway, because you don't have to. I mean, you can just be like, dude, I can't stand this channel. These guys are stupid. I definitely want you guys to see this one. This one's hilarious. For those of you that don't know, it's the classic political theater. Trump, is being attacked for not saving the pilots. Meanwhile, Trump is trying to save the pilots. He's looking for them. He's got, America's, most wanted, all that out there. So I got Ilhan, Chuck Schumer, AOC, Maxine Waters, Orf from Star Trek: The Next Generation, and Nancy Pelosi. I gotta say, this is the CDS support group, and it's for people who can't accept the fact that no matter what Trump does, it's always gonna be a bad man. All right, so let me know what you think about this video, because it's true.
This is outrageous.
What's going on?
Trump is completely abandoning those two brave pilots behind.
Can anybody else smell that?
That son of a bitch playing golf and posting on social media to lift a finger to save our own soldiers.
Where's the plan? Where's the urgency? This is pure incompetence. Trump cares more about his own image than the lives of two American heroes.
This is like what happens with like a totally reckless president who like doesn't even totally believe in like real leadership or like whatever. We should like totally have been negotiating and like totally not like leaving our pilots to suffer because of like Trump's ego.
These missing pilots are just another distraction from Trump's failed foreign policy. He doesn't actually care about our troops.
Trump need to be held accountable for this dereliction of duty. He left those pilots to die. This is unacceptable. Page 47.
My fellow Americans, we got him. We got him. Over the past several hours, the United States military pulled off one of the most daring search and rescue operations in U.S. history. We will never leave an American warfighter behind again. God bless America. God bless our troops. And happy Easter to all. That son of a bitch actually rescued both of them? I mean, this changes nothing. Trump only did this for the headline and should feel his massive ego. I mean, a real leader wouldn't just turn a rescue mission into a personal victory lap.
Unbelievable. Maybe those pilots didn't even want to be found. Perhaps they were perfectly fine on their own. But no, Trump had to insert himself and make everything about him. Classic narcissist.
This rescue was like completely reckless. I mean, did like anyone even ask like the pilots if they wanted to come back? Trump just had to have his big macho moment. This is toxic masculinity at like its finest. Trump is so obsessed with winning and getting the spotlight, he never once considered that maybe the missing pilots didn't want to be found. Forcing them back like this is racist.
This is all about Trump's ego. He's always chasing a headline in the wind. He don't care about the pilots. He only cares about looking like a hero on television.
Exactly. I mean, the real story is Trump's narcissism. I mean, he turned a simple rescue into a spectacle. I mean, who knows? Maybe the pilots preferred staying where they were. I mean, Trump never even considered other perspectives.
We need immediate hearings on this. This kind of attention-seeking behavior cannot be allowed.
And let's like totally be clear, this like totally doesn't prove anything about his leadership. Any president could have like totally done it, but like only Trump would like totally brag about it.
These pilots were probably on some journey away from the American imperialism. Trump robbed them of their freedom.
Trump got an ego bigger than the size of Texas. He only rescued them pilots so we could make an announcement during Easter weekend. Disgusting. Page 47.
The American people see right through this garbage. It's all show, no substance. Just another Trump circus.
So yeah, I mean, that's basically, I mean, hindsight, that's basically what was going on. The Democrats were, saying this and this and blah, blah, blah. And then he saves them and they're all quiet. Not even just saved one, he saved them both. It's not like he was, Joe Biden, where he left everybody in Afghanistan. Yeah, but Joe Biden, oh yeah, he was a hero. Oh, he was a hero, all right. So I'm going to brush up on my inspirational skills, and I want you guys to watch this because it'll make you happy.
Woke up quick, dropped the truth by noon. Just know I gotta arrest Barack Obama soon. I gotta expose the coup before the day begins, before the fake news buries all my wins. I checked the files and damn near went blind. Comey and his boys were staffing almost every line. I ran to the desk and grabbed my grip with a smoking gun on the side of my hip.
Obama, you're an asshole. Lies and racism your whole life. Your legacy is pathetic, and a man calls himself your wife.
Barry lied, Comey tried, Hillary Clinton's interns died. Obama, you're going home. The Russia hoax, the dossier. You said you're sorry, but I don't care. Obama, you're going home.
Well,
If your team followed orders, then why was Trump's campaign under surveillance?
You ordered their surveillance, didn't you? Because that's what you told your team to do. And when it started to unravel, you threw your staff under the bus. You falsified classified memos to cover your tracks. You manipulated the intelligence reports. Former President Obama, did you order the surveillance of Trump's campaign?
Obama, you don't have to answer that!
I'll answer the question. So America wants answers.
I think America's entitled.
America wants answers?
America wants the truth!
America can't handle the truth.
Hey, is that Obama up there?
All right, guys. We're here because the unthinkable has happened. Trump's victory threatens everything we've built. Question is, what are we prepared to do about it?
He's a wrecking ball, Barack. The American people were manipulated. Russia or not, his presidency is a disaster waiting to unfold. We can't sit idly by.
Mr. President, our assessments before the election were clear. Russia wasn't using cyber attacks to sway the outcome. The data was sold. But now you're asking us to rewrite the narrative?
I'm not asking, Jim.
This video is actually gold. There's so much to this video, it's insane. But sadly, barely anybody will be able to see it because YouTube. But anyways, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but if you don't, you're going to be in for a nice little treat. Politicians don't really understand that when they try to advance their career, they also advance certain demons, certain skeletons emerge from their closets on how they got to where they are today, how they've earned all that money and all that clout and all that above the law-ish stuff. So Eric Swalwell, old stinky Eric guy, that guy could take like the most nicest picture in the world and still look like he needs a bath. He's the pig pen of Charlie Brown. He's facing some pretty serious allegations. Let me rephrase that. He's facing some pretty serious accusations. I don't know if there's a difference, but there's multiple. I'm not saying this is real. I'm not saying this is just what I read. But multiple women who he used to work with, former staffers and interns and blah blah blah. They're throwing old Fang's lover in the pot of beans. I don't know if you ever watched that video of me where Eric Swalwell's in front of the stove and there's a pot of beans and a can of beans on the counter, and he's like, "Yeah, I always know when Fang Fang's in the mood because there's always a big old pot of beans on the stove when I get home from work. So here's exactly what's happening right now, okay? A very well-known Democratic activist and lawyer named Cheyenne Hunt, look that up, is speaking out. Okay, she runs Gen Z for Change. She's a former congressional candidate herself. And on March 31st, she posted a video on Instagram. In it, she shared a text message from a woman who said, and I quote, Eric Swalwell has SLEPT with many of his interns and makes them all sign NDAs so they don't speak up. Okay. The woman also said when she was just 19, Swalwell slid into her DMs and tried hitting on her. Hitting on her is not actually assault. It's just a form of trying to hang out and Netflix and chill. And with her being 19, as gross and disgusting as that acts, Leonardo DiCaprio style disgusting, you know, because Eric's not a young man, but, you know, trying to talk to a 19-year-old girl at his age is kind of gross. It's pretty disgusting. If a guy like that showed up to one of my youngest daughters when she was that age, yeah, there would have been some polite talks in the middle of a very, very deep forest. Hunt said that the message was, you know, not. Anyways, she had heard from, you know, these kind of stories for years. She heard about these stories for years. Let that sink in. And nobody said anything. So apparently Eric is above the law. Eric was using his muscle. You know, and this has always led me to believe that, you know, these people that speak out the most about hating Trump, about hating, you know, Democrats, or Republicans, about, you know, giving aid to other countries and doing everything that just goes against common sense in general. You'd have to say, like, wow, I wonder what these guys have actually done in order to be under this kind of power. Because, I mean, we're not talking about, like, you know, something that could be up for discussion. We're talking about zero common sense decisions. Zero common sense. You know, so April 6th was, I think, what was that, yesterday? I don't know. Hunt dropped a detailed thread on X. Very detailed. A strongly worded thread. And she says she is personally working with multiple credible women. Yikes. And the number, she says, is pretty shocking. Harvey Weinstein style. Now, you have to understand, too, that Eric Swalwell blocked me on both of his accounts. Both of his accounts. Many years ago. So it's been very lonely not being able to tell Eric what I really wanted to tell him, because he was seeing all of my posts, but no more. They describe a real clear pattern, which is normal with, you know, these powerful men, you know, Harvey Weinstein style men, you know, manipulation and abuse of power. This woman, Hunt, says that Swalwell would, you know, act like a mentor and then cross some pretty bad lines, you know. And I'm sure he, like, oh, was that wrong? Should I have not done that? The claims involve direct messages, Snapchat messages, uncomfortable comments, and sexual relationships. Some women say they were pressured to sign the non-disclosure agreements, which, you know, and for the cool people, they're called NDAs, to keep everything quiet. A lot of popular people do that kind of stuff. You know, they hey, before we do this, you know, just, you know, basically so I could do whatever I want and get away with it, you know, sign this. But these women are talking to major news outlets right now. Hopefully it's not CNN. Hopefully it's not, you know, MSNBC, or because they're just going to bury it because they want him in they want old Stinky in the governor's mansion in California. But they're moving carefully to protect their safety and their careers, because, You got to understand, this is the guy who had an affair with a spy and got away with it. A spy. And now he just brushes it off like it's no big deal. That it was all just a hoax from Trump. This woman Hunt made it very clear that she got involved because the first woman who came to her is a close friend. So, obviously, girlfriends looking out for each other. But once she heard the same story from others, she knew she couldn't stay silent any longer. And it's not okay to stay silent. You got to speak up. Put it on the United Spot record that these are just allegations. So as much as I dislike Eric Swalwell and everything that he stands for, I think he's a horrible person to his core. But regardless, there's a court of law and there's a process for this kind of thing. So if he is indeed found guilty, I will be extremely happy that justice was served. If not, then, I don't think it's right for people to make false accusations. So crystal clear on that one. I don't wish anything wrong with anyone unless it's the actual truth. I wish for nobody to go to jail unless it's the absolute truth. So, just wanting somebody to go to jail because you don't like them, not a good enough reason, and it shouldn't be a reason. No women have gone public by name yet. Kind of like the Epstein files. And no formal lawsuits or congressional ethics complaints have been filed that we know of. But the process is moving pretty fast because, so many are coming forward. And they're not just coming forward, they're coming forward together. So this is kind of like an R. Kelly type situation. It's kind of like a Harvey Weinstein operation. So if it is in fact true, this is going to blow the lid off of Congress because this is almost like the Sandusky, to where it's like, people were keeping it quiet. You remember just recently they were trying to blow the lid off all the, SEXual, payoffs going on in Congress, and all the Congress people are like, no, we don't want to do that. Come on. So let's put this into context. Okay. Swalwell is a leading candidate to become the next governor of California, which is weird. He's running to replace Gavin Newsom. So that makes the timing huge. And you probably also remember the old story from 2020 that I just brought up of the suspected, got to say suspected, because Fang Fang, or Christine, as she likes to be called, Christine. But I like to call her Fang Fang. She got close to Swalwell when he was on city council. Okay, so she helped raise money for him, placed an intern in his office, and they had a personal relationship. So the FBI gave him a defensive briefing. He cut ties and he cooperated. So see you later. But I believe that was when Comey or Mueller, one of those two, I don't know. And the crazy thing is that the House Ethics Committee, they looked into it and they closed the case with no actions. What? What? Republicans have brought it up for years. But these new claims are completely separate. So this has nothing to do with Fang Fang. So, it's basically just how he allegedly treated young women who worked in his own office. So, and as of right now, Swalwell's office, I don't believe they have issued any public response or comment to this. So no denial, no statement. I'm sure he's just posting on X like nothing's going on. Hunt says that she hasn't received any legal threats from him either, which probably is a smart thing. She says the truth is an absolute defense. So, this story is basically developing, so you're probably going to hear more about this from not just the United Spot, but you're going to hear it all over the place. So major outlets are already picking it up, so you're probably bound to hear about it. But yeah. What this could mean for the governor race? Well, I don't know. I mean, you got power imbalance, workplace allegations, and a guy who's been in the spotlight before. I mean, I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I truly believe that hopefully he's held accountable if he's in the wrong. So, but B51, great to see you here. Tammy is here. Skippy and Frog. Yukon man, if you're out there lurking, hope you're having a great night. LR is here. Yeah, he is a blower. Jeffrey Smith, Mara Nolan. Great to see all you guys here. Don Duck, John Castaneda, Resh, Prophecy, and Monkey Grab Orange. Daniel C, if you're out there, hello. LR and Skippy, Max Hedrum. You guys are awesome. So I got about 4 minutes left. I have been holding it together quite nicely. I tell you, I can't wait till. Well, I don't want to use the term I can't wait. But I do hope that I'll be strong after the live, because usually I spend most of my time crying, and I don't even know what I'm crying for. I mean, what kind of person would cry over somebody that doesn't want to be with them anymore? It has nothing to do with my appearance. I've taken really good care of myself. I work out all the time. I'm not, overweight. I manscape. I do all, so I think it's just basically, maybe she just fell out of it. Maybe we just kind of, went our side. It happens. It happens. It's I mean, when you really think about it, I always saw my grandparents, they were together for like 60 years. I'm thinking to myself, God, how many massage parlors did that guy go to? 60 years, but I mean, I don't know if the human beings were necessarily designed to stay with one person. I mean, we've been together, me and my wife, have been together a long time. I mean, we've seen some shit, man. We've been through some shit. We've, it's been good. It's been bad. It's been awful. It's been awesome. It's been, lovely. But, it's one of those things, man. It's one of those things. So, you are correct, Craig. 100%. Thank you, Skippy. I appreciate that very much, Skippy. Thank you. Means a lot, you guys. You guys are awesome. So with that being said, I hope everybody had a wonderful Easter. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. And you are unfortunately stuck with me for the next 4 days. So you will get another break on Saturday and Sunday coming up. But as of right now, you are locked in. So you might as well just go ahead and put your seatbelt on, and you're going to be here for the duration of the week. So I hope you guys are having a great night tonight, and we'll be here tomorrow. Gonna drop some new videos tomorrow, so please be on the lookout for those. I'm also posting some shorts to kind of gain a little bit more attention, because I've lost thousands of subscribers. Thousands. It's getting scary, but hey, I would definitely not be a good YouTube content creator if I didn't complain about everything. So, but to be honest with you, Darnell, thank you. I just wanted to thank all of you so much for always being here and being a part of the United Spot. You are absolutely incredible. And it's an amazing thing to know that even during my toughest time, I have a place to go where, it's kind of like Cheers. It's kind of neat. No matter what's going on, I can always drop in here real quick and say hello, and I know you guys are here, and it means a lot. It really, really, really means a lot. So I really hope you guys are having a wonderful night, and So I will see you all tomorrow. But until then, I am going to leave you with a song that I would really like to redo and use another word. I want to do the R word, but I don't know if that would be acceptable. And I wouldn't want to, use it just because some people take offense to it. And I think it's, but I wanted to reword it to Joe Biden. You're a, because that's what Trump called him just recently. And it's so true. It's so true. It's so true. I think that Joe thought the C word was going to work, but he did so much to this country. 50 some odd years of destroying America. And we're just supposed to forget? Come on. Guys, listen, I love you guys so much. You guys mean so much to me. And I hope you have a wonderful night tonight. And I'm going to definitely check you guys out tomorrow. Same time, same United spot. But until then, we're going to do some goodnight song tonight. And then I'm going to see everybody tomorrow. So do me a favor, guys. And hold on here real quick. I always have a problem with that. Got some Wi-Fi problems going on here too, so I don't know what's going on. Nope, I passed it. I don't know what's going on with me tonight. There she is. All right, guys, I love you. I thank you, and I will see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful night, guys. Nancy, take it away.
Nobody cares. Obama, you're an asshole. Lies and racism your whole life. Your legacy is pathetic, and a man calls himself your wife. Bartender, can I get a drink? Yes, you're an A-S-S-H-O-L-E, and don't you try to blame it on me. You deserve all the credit. You're an asshole tonight. You were an asshole yesterday. You're an asshole tonight. And I got a feeling you'll be an asshole the rest of your life.
All right, guys. Once again, thank you all so much for being here. I hope you have a great night. Thank you all so much for your support and kindness. LR, just to remember while it's fresh, please, if you can, send a picture. Doesn't even have to, just a picture of the sweatshirt or the t-shirt, if you can. If not, totally understand, but you can send it to Facebook. That'd be great. If not, I totally understand. And all of you out there that have supported the United Spot in some way, shape, or form, I love you guys. Seriously, beyond words. I love you guys. So Yukon man, if you're out there, good night. Daniel C, if you're out there, good night. And everybody too. And I already said good night to everybody. I love you guys all. Skippy, have a great night. Craig Clark, have a great night. Tammy, have a great night. Brian, have a great night. Jack, have a great night. Don Duck, have a great night. LR, have a great night. Craig, have a great night. David, have a great night. John Castaneda, have a great night. I love you guys. Brian Sevenikuda, all of you guys. Star, Ellen Pelkey, Teacher Lynn, have a great night. Jeez, Annette Poison, have a great night. I'm losing here. Lucille Griffin, have a great night. If I missed you, please don't be mad. B51, have a great night. Tongue Lags here, have a great night. The Great Horde, have a great night. Stork, have a great night. Max Hedrum, have a great night. Marinolan, have a great night. Monkey Grab Orange, have a great night. The Great Horde. All of you guys. I love you guys. And I will see you tomorrow. And until we meet again. Good night, pigeons.